cover some of the takedown techniques that you can use in freestyle wrestling. You can use many of the same techniques that you use in high school and college wrestling. However, some are more high risk than others. There are two things to keep in mind when you're going for takedowns in freestyle wrestling. Number one is, you do not have to get complete control in order to score points from your feet. We went over that just a little bit before. Secondly, you should try to take the opposition to his back whenever possible. Now I'm going to demonstrate some of the takedowns that you can use in freestyle wrestling. The first takedown I'm going to show is a double leg tackle. A double leg tackle is good because you get control of his hips, and it's pretty easy to take a man straight to his back, okay? So in this situation, say the opposition reaches, post him up, get on the double leg tackle. Now from here, take him straight towards his back. Again, that's a three-point maneuver in freestyle. The fireman's carry is an excellent takedown for freestyle wrestling, primarily because when you get your fireman's carry, the man will, in most cases, go straight to his back. So from here, if you hit your fireman's carry, straight to his back. It's a good freestyle takedown. Other takedowns that you can use in freestyle are throwing techniques. But first, I would like to demonstrate how to attack a man with single leg tackles. This is where most wrestlers that have not had that much freestyle experience get into trouble. The key to a single leg tackle is that when you attack him, you try not to stay directly out in front of him. For instance, if I get in this position here, this is not a very good position in freestyle. A good freestyle wrestler will probably be able to score points for that position. I'll give you for instance. Okay, say Rick is in on my leg, single leg tackle, head to the inside in this position here. Basically, what I try to do as a freestyle wrestler is keep him out in front. Now, if Rich moves to the outside, see, I move with him. Now, what I wait for him to do when he's in this position is step up with either leg. I'll show you a couple techniques. From here, say Rich steps up with the outside leg. I'll do what we call a knee pick. You grab behind the knee, block the arm and the shoulder, you take him over, and you score 2 points. Say he pops back up and does the same thing again. I can take him with the same maneuver again. Each time I do that, I score 2 points. So you have to be careful when you attack the man with single leg tackles. When you go into the single leg tackle, the key thing is doing what I call outside rotation. That's one of the things you can do. For instance, if I hit a single leg tackle, as soon as possible, or as soon as I can, I'm going to get to the outside on his leg. This way, you're in a position to pick the leg up and score more points in freestyle wrestling. Again, you're going to try to get to the outside of his leg when you hit your single leg tackle. Here. Now you can get behind the plane of his body and score without giving him an opportunity to score points on you. The other way to take this man down with a single leg tackle is coming up to your feet with a high crotch type motion or a high single leg tackle. I'll give you for instance. I'm going to hit a high crotch. The high crotch allows me to come right to my feet, and that way I'm not going to get in much trouble. Okay, so from here, you hit your high crotch here, you can take him down and put him towards his back. Okay, again, I would like to try to avoid hitting a high crotch and staying in this position, because now I give him an opportunity to work his defense. Okay, watch again. When we hit it, we come right to the feet. Right here, up, straight down towards his back. You can also attack a man with high singles. For instance, from an elbow control tie, this type of attack is good. Again, you're up on your feet and you're not putting yourself into a position of danger or a position so that he can take advantage of me when I'm down on the mat. So high singles when you attack a man, or a high crotch motion. The other thing is outside rotation when you hit your single leg tackles. Throwing techniques are also very good for freestyle wrestling. However, in high-level competition, you will see many more leg attacks than throws. Now I will demonstrate some common throws that are worth 3 or 4 points. These throws are more detailed in tape number 2, Advanced Takedowns. The first one I would like to show is a lateral drop. Oftentimes, when you're in competition, you're going to have to engage the opposition. What I'm talking about is a tie-up position. When you come in, and most wrestlers usually end up in an over-on-the-hook position, jockeying for a better position, or for a position so that they can attempt to get the takedown. From this position, if you're going to throw a lateral drop, the number one thing you want to keep in mind, if one man has an overhook and an underhook, and the other man has the same thing, is to try to keep your hips a little bit lower than the opposition's. This way, he's going to have a tougher time taking you over. For instance, when I lock up in this position, the overhook, underhook position, I try to get my inside leg back and my lead leg or outside leg forward into the outside of his. I try to control the arm. I like to control it at the tricep position and also down on his forearm. On the other side, I have an underhook. Basically, all you do is control under his armpit. Now, from this position, I always try to start with my inside leg back. This way, when I start to throw, this back leg comes up, I pop the hips, and I take them across. I'm going to demonstrate this lateral drop throw that you could use in freestyle. The key thing on that throw is to pop your hips high. You have to try to avoid dropping your hips down to the mat when you throw a man with a lateral drop. Again, your starting position is key. You have to keep in mind that he has the same position that you have. Okay, again, from this position, you control the forearm, you control the tricep. Put your head to the same side, you control the overhook, that's to the same side as the overhook arm. On the other side, you have an underhook. If you can, you take your outside leg and try to get it to the outside of his foot. If it ends up even, or just a little bit to the inside, that's still not too bad. However, best positioning of the foot should be to the outside. The inside foot should start back. From this position, it allows you to keep your hips low, so that if he tries to throw me, I can just drop my hips down further, and he's going to have a problem trying to take me across. Now from here, what I'm going to do is step up, pop my hips, pull down on the arm, lift up on the other side, and take him across. The key thing is popping the hips. Okay, so from this position here, you step in, pop the hip, and take him across. Once you get him over, you just sit through. Another technique that you see quite often in freestyle wrestling is the headlock. And normally wrestlers do it one of two ways. They use what we call a sag, and there's a number of ways that you can tie the arm up. I'll just go through a couple ways. From an inside control tie, this position here, he's on the outside controlling your tricep, and a collar tie. Now from here, what we're going to do is just step into a sag takedown. Anytime you step into a headlock position, you step in with the inside foot, okay, the back foot steps behind, and you do what we call a back step. From this position, once you get to here, you would like to cut his body off with your hips. Now you can go straight down to your knee, okay, and do what we call a sag, or you can get your hips all the way across this way and take him up over your hips. The first one we're going to do is a sag. Okay, so we start from an inside control tie, like such. Collar tie. From this position here, we're going to step in, the back foot steps behind. Once we do that, you can go up on your toes. Now from here, with the sag, we go straight down to that outside knee, take him right down to the mat. Obviously in competition, you hit that with a little bit more speed, like such. The second one is a high amplitude headlock. Okay, again, on that one, we're still going to work from inside control tie. We step in, we do what we call a back step. Step in with the inside foot, the other foot follows. Now hips go all the way across. From here, you pull down the head, you take the opposition over your hips and down to the mat. So from this position, we step in, back, take them down to the mat. In freestyle, that's worth 4 points. Another way that you can take the headlock is from an overhook tie-up over his forearm. And again, with this tie, you can take him high or you can sag it. From here, what you want to do is start with one leg forward. Now, when this leg is forward, you don't have to back step with this particular headlock. All you need to do is pull down on this arm, drive your hips into him, shoot the arm across, drive the inside knee down to the mat as you take him through. The key to that headlock is making sure that you pull this arm straight across your body. You want to make sure that you have his forearm tight. You want to shoot this other arm across his neck so that you eliminate the body space between you and him. Again, take that inside foot, you step it forward. Now, watch what I do with my feet. From here, you pull this across your body, you pivot on your toes. Inside knee goes down, you shoot this across. Knee goes to the mat, wind your hips down to the mat. We're going to speed that up just a little bit. So from here, positioning, starting positioning is very important. Hook over his forearm, inside leg forward. From here, you pivot, okay? Your lead toe pivots in a circle, and your back toe pivots as well. It's like that. The next technique I want to show is the arm spin. You see this quite often in freestyle. Some wrestlers use it to get out of trouble, and quite a few of them use it to score points. We'll talk about the slip a little bit later on, but we're going to show you a couple ways that you can hit what we call an arm spin. And there are lots of ways that you can do it, but it's a technique that you see quite often in freestyle wrestling. Okay, on the arm spin, again, we can start from the over underhook position. Now from here, what we're going to be doing is stepping to the outside of his foot with my inside leg or inside foot. So from this position here, I'm going to be stepping to here, to the outside of his foot. Now, as I do that, I'm going to come up under his armpit and go into a high arcing position. This arm comes up high. As I go back, we take him here and take him over, just like that. In freestyle, that could be worth 3 or 4 points, depending on how high you take him. Okay, watch again. Again, we're going to start from an over underhook position. You're controlling this arm, you control it at the forearm, control it at the tricep. Now from here, we're going to come under the arm, step to the outside of his foot. As we do that, you arc. High bridge, come all the way through. Now once you get him down, you can pop this shoulder above his, like this, control him in this position here, work for your fall, or you can come cross chest this way, or you can take the arm out and go into a headlock position to work for your fall. Either one of those finishes are good once you hit your underarm spin. That's just one form of your underarm spin. There's a number of other ways that you can hit it. This time, we're going to do what we call a Russian arm throw. Same position. Control his forearm, control his tricep. You come across under his armpit. Now you have 2 arms or 2 hands on his tricep. From here, the steps are pretty much the same, but we're going to go into what we call a back step. Okay, so from here, we step to the outside of his foot. We're going to pivot in a circle. The trailing leg is going to go between his legs, this way. So now we don't go into a high arcing throw type position. We're going down to the knees. Okay, watch again. From this position here, the first thing we do is come across. You lock it up tight. You have it controlled at the wrist, the tricep, and the other arm is on his upper tricep. This is tight. As soon as you get here, now you can start your throw. Step to the outside of his foot with your inside foot. Once you do that, your trailing leg goes between his legs. Just like this. Notice, as soon as I got to this point, my inside knee went down to the mat. Inside knee down to the mat. Now watch, there's a couple ways you might finish this technique. From here, you can follow through with your outside leg and take him over. Now, once you get here, you can go here, or into a headlock position, or you can follow all the way through and control him like such. The key thing here is to make sure that you pop your shoulder. make sure that your shoulder is above his. This way, you don't end up in this position like this. Now Rich has an opportunity to roll back up top and possibly work for the reversal. A good way to work on this technique, or any one of these techniques, is to work on your footwork. Again, you need to come from this position to here. And we're working on this type motion. Okay? Just footwork. Just like that. Once you get it down, then you can go all the way through with it. Step to the outside, trailing leg goes between his. Just like that. Another way that you can take this man with this particular arm tie, you can take him high as well. Okay. Again, you come across. Now from here, we're going to step through. We're going to back step. As we back step, we're going to take him high up over the hips this way. Okay. Again, in freestyle wrestling, that's a 4-point maneuver. It's just as easy to take him high as it is to take him all the way through. The key thing is to get your hips across his body so that he has no place to go but up in the air and back down again. Okay, again. Okay, watch this maneuver. Okay, again. From here, you come to this position here. You step to the outside of his foot. Back step. Catch him right up here. Make sure that his arm is above your elbow joint, but below your shoulder joint, so that he's here. Hips all the way across. Okay, take him all the way across and down to his back. Now, if you notice, once I get to this position, my shoulder is above his. The other way that you can take that throw is by locking over his arm, over his forearm. So from this position here, you might be in a position like this, and you go into a back step. Okay, from here, boom, back step. Same type position. Take him over like such. Control his forearm tight and close to your body, and you control under his armpit. Okay, one more time. Okay, so from here, from this position here, you can start from a head tie, you can start from an underhook position. Now from here, you're going to come under, you're going to step to the outside, and you're going to pivot. Footwork. Take him across. Keep the arm tight. Control him at the forearm. Control him up by his tricep. Those are underarm spin techniques and arm throw techniques. Again, as I said before, those techniques are detailed a little bit more in tape number 2, Advanced Takedown Techniques.